Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope that you had a great Christmas and that you had a great weekend all together. So it looks like this week is going to be live stream week for me. Well, on the channel, normally I do 2 streams a week, but because of the way that everything has fallen, and also the fact that I asked my patrons over on Patreon whether they wanted a New Year's Eve stream, and there was a positive response to that. So we're going to be doing a New Year's Eve stream later in the week. That's going to be Thursday, and I am doing a live analysis tomorrow night. So it means that I'm going to be effectively streaming tomorrow night as well, and I have never done this many streams in a week because there's going to be one on Saturday as well. So it will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Saturday. Not that I planned this previously, but it is going to now be live stream week. I have made it an official thing just by saying that, and I have put it up there, look. Oh, other side. It's live stream week. So, and also the likes target, I also put that up there. So 350 is what we're looking for tonight. But let's get the participants of this live stream on the screen, and just to have a little look in there, we have Carl and Laurie and Deborah and Kevin and Carla and Neil and Jennifer and Carl and Stan and Carla again and John and Angie, Corey as well, Billy and Glory, Linda Z in the house, and Mary. Hello, thank you for joining me tonight, and also for hitting that thumbs up. I can see lots of thumbs up going through the screen as I talk. But also, if you get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. We do try to hit these live likes goals every single live stream, and also hitting the pick roulette likes target every stream as well. We will see where we end up, but if we can leave a like as you come through the door, that would be great, and we'll see if we can get a very early spike of the likes at 3 minutes past midnight here in the UK. Let me get the names of my patrons up on screen, because these people at the bottom of the screen are the reason that this is happening in the first place, and the reason that any video happens on this channel as well. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. You know who you are. They do pop up in the super chat window as well. So we will get that up on screen because we have had a couple of donations that have come through already. So thank you for that. You guys, it was Orlando who has donated $2. Thank you for that. And the message is, catch up crew tonight for me. Spike the likes with a thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. And if you're watching this in the future and you're catching up, you can still hit that thumbs up. It helps the stream to get out there on the whole. And thank you, Sue, as well, who has donated $20. And that's a straight up donation without a message. And that was bang on 12 midnight. So right when the stream started. So thank you for that, Sue. And hopefully we can see everything on screen as always. I was rushing around trying to get it organized and uploading the videos to the software. We'll see what happens. Also trying to get rid of Santa because he's gone now, so we've got a little bit more real estate on this screen, a little bit more space to see stuff, and we can see that we're at 104 likes already. So thank you guys for spiking those likes and getting us over the 100 mark so early on. Only another 244 to go, maybe? I'm not sure. I've just thrown that bit of maths out there. I don't know if that's right or not, but I'm sure you guys can think about it a little bit longer and we will see whether that was anywhere close. But big shout out to the moderators as well for making the whole live chat room such a great place to be, along with all of you participants in there, and making sure that any of the trolls don't stay there for any length of time. We're pretty good on the whole with these live streams, but the moderators do such a great job, and thank you guys for just attending the live stream in general, because as I've said before, I used to do these live streams to just a couple of people a few years ago, maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and now it has grown to a bit more of an audience, so thank you guys so much for that, and also for joining up on the Facebook page, the Wings of Pegasus supporters page on Facebook, because that's where a lot of you hang out. in between the live streams, so thank you guys for that. And if you haven't checked that out yet, you can pop over to Facebook and join up there if you want to, and you'll find a lot of the regular offenders from the live chat room. Their only offense is commenting on the live streams, which isn't an offense at all, but you'll find these people over there on Facebook as well. So thank you for getting involved over there and on Patreon and just in the comments section of the YouTube channel as well. We are going to be jumping into the videos, and we have a lot of pictures that we're going to be making our way through later on, so thank you for uploading those to the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters page. That is where I grabbed these photos from, and thank you to Vince and Carla for linking me to particular pictures so I can grab those and get them on the show for these live streams. We'll be having a look at those later, and just a quick shout out that, and a heads up, that if you want to have a picture on the live stream or on the New Year's Eve live stream, you can upload it to the Facebook page, and I'm sure that Vince and Carla can keep an eye out for any new pictures and then send me a link, and then we'll get them on the show on the New Year's Eve show, which will be in 2 nights time. So after that quick heads up, we are going to be moving into the first video of the night, and because we have a lot to get through tonight, this is going to be the live version of Greed, and I'm not sure that I've played this on a live stream ever, or if I have, it's probably about 2 years ago or something stupid. So I found this on my computer the other night and then realized it's never been on the live stream software. So we're going to be having a listen to my song Greed, the live version of it, and I'm going to have to try and do it in such a way that the video starts and then we jump straight into the video from here. So you might be able to hear it starting in the background. I'm not sure if that is correct or not. I might hear myself counting it in. And there it goes. So away from here into the live version of Greed. I'll see you guys after.
Think that I was one
And there we have it. And I had to jump straight into that video at the end. Hopefully it all worked. I think that maybe it was a little bit jumpy, or some people said that it was jumpy and then it wasn't jumpy. So we will see what happens. It might be the case that on the catch up, it's smooth. It is something that happens with YouTube live streams. Sometimes when you're broadcasting it, it looks jumpy, but then it's fine afterwards when you watch it on catch up. But anyway, the audio was fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And I think that might have been one of the first times that I've ever played that on the live stream. So that was one of my songs called Greed, and you can pick that up over at wingsofpegasus.com/store. You can get the album, which is called Persistence, and you can also download the songs from iTunes and Amazon, but it's better for me if you go to my website, because then I don't have to give away a percentage. So let's get the super chat window up on screen as well, because we've had a little bit of action in there. Thank you guys so much for this. And we have Lisa, who has jumped in there with a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, on Thursday, will you be starting a half hour earlier like you did last year on New Year's Eve? So thank you for that. And yes, I will be starting early so that we can get the strike of midnight and go into 2021, and it'll probably be half an hour, around that kind of period. If I do it for half an hour, maybe I can work out some kind of countdown so that we get the half an hour countdown to then being the new year. But I will try and work that out for a couple of days' time. So yes, it'll probably be half an hour earlier. I'll set up the event with the correct timings so that you guys will get notified as and when it's going to actually go live. But it should convert the times and the time zones for you so that you'll be able to work it out just by looking at the notification. But thank you for that, Lisa. And we have Carl, who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. The message is, okay, hope we all know what it's for. Or maybe take out no Mackie D's, please. Phil, stay happy and healthy all. So thank you for that, Carl. And this is for the Cross the Pond Fund, or then going into the Fast Food Fund. But I haven't had a McDonald's for quite a long time now because of the whole Christmas thing. And I haven't yet got back on that horse of the McDonald's horse, or maybe the McDonald's train is probably better, because yeah, getting there fast is something that is especially wanted when I haven't had one for a long time. But we will see how long I can hold out, maybe until 2021. But thank you for that, Carl. Bonnie has donated $10. Thank you for that, Bonnie. The message is, I'll be here on New Year's Eve. Love the live version of Greed with some rock horns and I can't even do rock horns and a thumbs up. I was attempting to do a thumbs up and a rock horns at the same time, but thank you for that, Bonnie. And Marge has donated $2 as a straight up donation. Thank you for that, Marge. Paul has donated $5, and thank you for that, Paul. The message is, nice drumming on Greed, and that would be who. So thank you for that, Paul. And this was a drummer who I used at the time, and he had a mask on, as you could see, because it was Halloween, and that was all part of drumming in the video, or drumming at the live stream, and wanting to keep his identity secret because of other bands, but yeah, other loyalties. Band politics is a very difficult thing, so it just worked out better that nobody could see who he was. But thank you for that, Paul. And Michelle has donated $10. Thank you for this, Michelle. And the message is, hi Phil, hope everyone is having a relaxing holiday season, and I hope that too, and I'm sure everyone in the live chat room echoes those sentiments. Michelle, back to you. Hope you're having a relaxing time as well. And Michael has donated $2. Thank you so much for that, Michael. And I think that is a straight up donation. I'm just going to try and scroll down to see, and I think it is. So thank you for that, Michael. So as I said, we have a lot to get through in this live stream. We will be motoring through the requests over on Patreon and looking at those pictures as well. And tonight we're going to be having our pick roulette as well. So we're going to be seeing what happens on the New Year's Eve live stream. We're going to be having a pick roulette then, and I think the plan is to give away the Wings of Pegasus pick tin. This is on the New Year's Eve live stream, and also we're going to be giving away a signed pick, and a third spin is going to give away something that hasn't been decided yet. So it might be some picks or a necklace or something. I'm sure that Carla and I can decide what's going to be given away on the New Year's Eve live stream, but we'll have plenty of roulette wheel spins going on. So hopefully we'll get a few lucky winners, and everybody's name that is on the pick roulette wheel, or at least everyone who types I agree tonight, will get their name on the pick roulette wheel for New Year's Eve, because we have never had one on a Thursday night before, so it means that we don't have any names to put on that wheel. So if you want to get your name on that wheel on New Year's Eve, type I agree, and make sure you do that when the live chat room is on screen, because then Carla can see it and add your name to that wheel on New Year's Eve. So if you are planning on tuning in, make sure that you type I agree and get yourself on that wheel for New Year's Eve. We are going to be having a pick roulette tonight as well, so stay tuned for that. And it's just going to be a normal one, just one spin, and I think that's how many we're going to have. I'm going to check Carla's message to make sure that I've read it correctly, but I think it's just going to be one spin for tonight because we reached the goal in last week's live stream for the pick roulette. But anyway, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Let's have a little look into that live chat room again. And we have Phantom Rocker and Deborah and Michelle and Paula and Stan. And Michaeline's in the house as well. Shawnee, Corey, Phantom Rocker's messaging there again. Billy. And I'm just going to scroll down because some of the names have gone through so quickly, and I've just moved the whole window, so as you can see, the the likes went AWOL. But let me try and scroll down to the bottom and get this up to speed. And this is the thing when you get lots and lots and lots of comments all happening at the same time. But we have Michelle and Joanna and Jill and Christy and Carla again, and Pamela, and Cindy's in there as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I can see that Motown Girl 22 has just popped through, so let's address that in the super chat window. And it was a $5 donation, so thank you for that. And the message is, got my t-shirt today, will order Tuesday mug next. Excellent. So congratulations and thank you for ordering the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. And Ken has just popped in as well with a $5 donation, and Ken says Happy New Year. So thank you for that, Ken, and have a great new year as well. Happy New Year to you. It's a little bit earlier. I will be singing the New Year live on the live stream that will be happening in a couple of days' time. But also, just because Motown Girl 22 mentioned the mug, here we go. Spike the likes, hit that thumbs up if you want to. If you want to get your hands on a Wings of Pegasus mug, it's in the tray underneath this video. Everything's over on Teespring as well. If you click on any of the items underneath this video, it will take you straight through to Teespring. Also, we have lots of other delights over at wingsofpegasus.com, and just click on the merch section of the site there, and there's a link to go through to Teespring, but also, or teespring.com, but also Carla has merchandise there, such as necklaces and earrings and lots of different things that you can have a little look through, as well as the Wings of Pegasus picks if you do play guitar and you fancy getting your hands on one of those. So we are up to 167 likes. Thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. Maybe we can get another spike of the likes. It's just gone 20 past midnight here in the UK, so we will see where we end up. We're aiming for 350 likes tonight, and I think the pick roulette likes is set at 5 more than that, 355. There it is, the confirmation of the pick roulette likes target, and this is to have a pick roulette next Tuesday. So we will see what happens. I think what's going to happen with this particular live stream, again, it's on a Tuesday night, so I don't think many people will be watching, but we'll see how we can bump up those likes. Anybody that pops in, if they can hit that thumbs up, that would be great, but we will see where we end up. I think also a lot of people are at the point where you don't really know which day it is because of Christmas and then Boxing Day, and everyone's waiting for New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day. And those are pretty much the next 2 days that people regularly know which day you're actually on. And even then, they might not know it's a Tuesday. But I know it's a Tuesday, you know it's a Tuesday, and we will see tomorrow when we have the live analysis. That's a Wednesday and then a Thursday, which will be then New Year's Eve, and Friday is New Year's Day. I do believe, if I've got that correct. So even I'm not sure, I'm second guessing myself, but hopefully if I'm saying that Thursday is the New Year's Eve live stream, you guys would contradict me if I had that incorrectly stated. But anyway, we're going to be jumping into the next video of the night. And thank you guys for requesting different videos over on Patreon. It makes my job a lot easier with these live streams. And it is going to be my version of Carry On Wayward Son. And I know that over on Patreon we had some requests for Sweet Emotion, and that's a version of the song that I did with my friend Chris. And Chris was in my first ever band. We were called Panic Attack, and we got together and did a version of Sweet Emotion. But I thought it's probably best that I ask him first to play it on the live stream rather than just showing him without his permission in front of lots of people and then thousands of people that might watch it after the live stream. So I just wanted to get his permission that it's okay for me to show him on my live stream, and I'll message him and see if he's okay with it. I'm sure that he will be, but it's always better to be safe, and maybe we can have a look at that in the future. But this is going to be Carry On Wayward Son, and I'm just going to scroll down and make sure that this was requested. I'm pretty sure it was, as I was looking down, because Cindy gave a shout out for this one. And let me just scroll down a little bit, because I'm sure that somebody else did, even though I can't see it at the moment. So I'm just going to go with that one from Cindy. So thank you for that, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm sure it was there somewhere. But this one's going out to Cindy then, as I can't find the other request that was in there. And I think I introduced this saying Carry On My Wayward Son, whereas for the official title you get rid of the Carry On My Wayward Son. It's just Carry On Wayward Son. Anyway, I'm sure you guys all know this. Let's jump into this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! Okay, Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas. Let's do this. Rock! Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. As I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion, I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming, I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Oh no. Masquerading as a man with a reason, my charade was the event of the season. If I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotions, tossed around I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set the course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more.
Carry on, you will always remember. Carry on, nothing equals a splendor. Now your life's no longer empty. Surely heaven waits for you. Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
And there we have it. That was my version of Carry On Wayward Son, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let me get you guys back up on screen and the super chat window as well, because we had a little bit of action in there, and you can see we are approaching 200 likes. Only 5 more people required in order to hit that target, so we are still motoring along. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up and getting involved in this live stream tonight. I'm just going to have a little look over here because we have a donation from Marge, and this is for $5. Thank you so much for that, Marge. The message is, do professional bands have to change their name when members leave and new members join? So thank you for that question, and pretty much if they're a well-known band, then their band will be registered, the band name will be registered, and it depends who owns that, who owns the right to the name, because sometimes when the band splits up and then somebody uses the band name and they don't have the rights to it, then the other band members will then sue the person who's left, and they'll have to call it a slightly different version or add an extra letter or do something different with the band name, or have their name followed by formerly of, and then that is what's put on posters, and it all gets very legal. Unfortunately, I mean, I think that in previous years it wouldn't be so bad and people would just use the band name even if they're split up, but I think pretty much as soon as the lawyers started getting involved in even the 60s, the 70s, then the 80s, it all really kicked off, and people who left bands and then used the same name, there were loads of different lawsuits, and it was all very messy. So the answer to that is yes, if their band is registered as a band name or even as a trademark. There are so many things that you can do in order to safeguard yourself, but if there's just one person who owns it from the band, that's where the problem starts to come around, because generally you'd have a whole band that own that band name, so then when they do go off, they're fine to use that independently. And sometimes that can be a problem when there's just one member of the band and they use the whole band name, so people turn up thinking they're going to see every member of the band, but it might just be one original member and then as many as 4 new members that nobody knows of, and it's just that one person, and then people start to feel a little bit hard done by because they thought they're going to watch the whole band. So yeah, it swings just both ways with regards to owning that, and why it's good sometimes for the band to own it as a whole, but then when one breaks off and they can still use it, because then it swings towards the fans who then aren't happy because they don't have all the members that were in the band originally. But anyway, thank you for that, Marge. And Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, BB King's guitar was named Lucille. Have you named any of your guitars? And no, I haven't. So a very quick answer to that question. It's not something I've ever really thought about doing, and it's just something that I've never really done. I haven't given my guitars any names. The only thing that I did on my first guitar was scratch my name into it to make sure that it could be identified if I took it into school, and then if somebody tried to steal it, it would always have my name just scratched on the fretboard. Well, it was in small letters so that you couldn't really see it, but if somebody tried to claim that it was their guitar, then I could say no, it's not, because I've signed it, and I would know where I've signed it. But anyway, thank you for that, Lisa. And Michael has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Michael. The message is, if you put decals on your guitar, does it affect the sound? And this is something that I've never done as well. I've just kept the guitar with its original look and design, and I don't think it would dramatically change the sound at all. A lot of people have so many things on the body of their guitar, and I haven't ever been able to hear the guitar without decals on and then with them on to see if it changes the sound, but I can't see it dramatically changing, or at least changing it in a way that you'd notice. It would really be such a tiny change, so I don't think it does. I have just always kept the body of my guitars really clean. As you can see in the background, I've got nothing written on there, no stickers attached. I know that a lot of people do put a lot of stickers and a lot of other custom designs, should I say, people signing it, which is great. If they're very well-known guitarists, they can come along and sign it, and it makes it a very rare guitar, but then other people just graffiti on it, and yeah, it's everybody that has their separate journey musically that they go on and like to put that on their guitars, whereas I like to keep my guitar clean on the neck, the fretboard, but also the body of it as well. But thank you for that, Michael. And Vince has donated $10. Thank you for that, Vince. The message is, Phil, do you use any pedals for your dirty tone? And this is something that's all part of my amp, my Line 6 Spider 3 HD 150, to give the full title for those of you that want to look it up, but it's got the effects inside the head, so it means that the whole effects thing is a little bit more simplified because I can just take the overdrive. I think I started with an amp model that I can't remember. It probably would have been maybe metal is what I'd go for the preset, and then I'd tweak it from there. So it was something that I just increased the drive a little bit, and to begin with I was setting it up for recording because I wanted to get a decent guitar sound for my album, and because I did it all in here with this microphone, it meant that I could mic up the amp and just tweak the sound as to how it then sounded playing it back after recording it, because that's something that I found that when I went to studios, we would set up my amp and it all depended on the mic that's being used and the sound, the acoustic space that we're recording in. So when you played live and you had a great sounding tone, when we then got into the studio, it then started to sound really nasty and too trebly, too much top end in the sound. So I thought, right, I'm just going to record everything myself, and by doing that, it meant that I could tweak the sound in the studio and just literally change the amp as it was being heard by the mic. So it meant that when I then played it back through the speakers, I got the sound that I wanted, even though in the acoustic space it might not have sounded like a great live tone, but it was a great tone for recording. So it was as simple as just holding on the button so that it saved it in the head, and then now I've got that accessible whenever I want it to record anything. But I also have a variation of that same tone for live, and generally live is just a little bit more top end that I add in, and then I save that as well, so that'll be saved under the live tone, and I can just switch between those. I've also got a clean tone and a lead tone, and I've got those for recording as well. The clean tone seems to work quite well recording, it crosses over to live quite well, but the lead tone again is slightly adjusted for recording and then for live, but it just tends to be for live just a boost of about 25% of the rhythm tone, and then have a little bit of delay, make that sound a little bit wetter for my live sound. So yes, the answer to that is no. I don't have any effects unit or pedals, should I say, on the floor that I'm using, any stomp boxes, anything like that. It's all saved in the head. The only thing that I do have on the floor pedal wise is a trigger for the head, so it's not actually got anything in there, it's just selecting the tones that I want from the head of the amp. But anyway, thank you for that, Vince. And Paul has donated $20. Again, thank you for this, Paul. The message is, hi Phil, just one more thing. There is this guy from Texas, Don Henley, a distant relative perhaps. he's a particularly good songwriter you might consider for analysis if a video can be found that allows it. So thank you for that, Paul. And I think you've addressed the problem in the second half of that comment. Unfortunately, anything Don Henley gets blocked straight away. So it's not someone that I can feature on this channel. And the Eagles, again, are one of those bands that I can't feature on the channel because they get blocked, which is a real shame because I'd love to be able to do an analysis of the songs, but also the band members and Don especially, because as you say, Paul, he's a great songwriter and vocalist and just an all-round fantastic musician, just in the broadest sense of the term, but I just can't feature him, unfortunately. So that is something that we can't do. But thank you, Paul, for that donation. And Lucy has donated $4.99 as well. Thank you for this, Lucy. The message is, Sean Ryan asked, how many guitars do you have, electric and acoustic, and what are they? Also, spike the likes, y'all, with the rock horns, the heart, and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy and Sean, for the question. So, to go through all of these, and model numbers will take a long time. So, I'll go through pretty much as quickly as possible. We've got two guitars that are exactly the same guitars. They're Tanglewood acoustics, and they're pretty much entry level. So you're talking about £230, something like that, $300. I can't remember the exact model name, but because they were good, I bought two of them, one in white, one in black. We've also got the Fender Tele that I can see behind me. We've got the Maton there as well, which Mario sent to me. That's why we say massive hello to Mario. I'm not even counting these 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's a Les Paul in here. There's also a Paul Reed Smith. There's actually my... what else have we got? Let's deal with the gem that Mario sent me, 567. We've got the... I'm starting to wrap my brains now. The Geo is in here somewhere. I should just look round and just call them out. But 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we've got bass as well, and the Fender Strat that I got sent. We've got the other Fender Strat that was my original Strat. That's 11. We've got another Ibanez in here, which is 12. My dad's Fender is in here, but I don't, so that's 13. The other Ibanez is my dad's, so that's technically 11 of mine, 13 in all. 14 is going to be my Tanglewood Nevada, which was my first ever guitar. That's the one that I signed on the fretboard, and that's for emergency practice in my bedroom, so it's not in here. So that was 14 that I think... I've pretty much got all of them. I'm just going to have a quick little look around to make sure. We're up to 14, including, I don't know, does the bass guitar count? Because we've got an Ibanez bass. So that's 15 in all. So around 15. And by the way, this is me being strict and not buying guitars. When I see a guitar and I think, oh, I'd really like to have that guitar, I don't do that. I hold back. And probably just going through the guitars, you start to get an appreciation as to why I hold back, because you would not move in here or be able to move in here for guitars. They would just take up all of the floor space, and I do hang them up on the walls, but then all of the wall space gets taken up, so now they're just on the floor. I would like a 12-string acoustic, but I'm just holding back because I know that I'd just let go and go mental on buying guitars. So that was it. I think 15 did we get up to, around that kind of ballpark. But thank you so much for that donation. And Lucy was followed by Shawnee as well, who has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is just a reminder, please consider analysing Jesse Ed Davis. Thanks. So thank you for that, Shawnee. And I'm pretty sure that it will be on the list, but I will add Jesse to the list as well for the future. But thank you for that, Shawnee. And Paul has donated $2. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, EU say bands touring will have to pay fees now, Phil. So thank you for that, Paul. And if that's what the EU say, fortunately we're now outside of the European Union. I know that we're doing a deal because of Brexit, all of that kind of stuff, but it's pretty much something that has been a standard thing, especially here in the UK anyway. It's for original music. It's always been pay to play. So I don't think it's really going to change much, because if you wanted to tour, it meant that you would have to pay to play at each venue on your tour. Or whether that's the case now for cover bands and bands that play at functions, whether they now have to pay as well, because that isn't normally the case, or wasn't normally the case. Previously, you could get a fee for paying at a particular event or at a wedding. You would get paid for that, but it was original music where you wouldn't get paid, and that's certainly something that I know every original band here in the UK is used to, and that's why there is so little original music, because you get to a certain point where you now can't afford to gig anymore because you spent all of your money on rehearsing, transport, food, water, rent, all of these things, and you're not making money from the thing that you're doing in the evening, and you're hoping that at some point you will get paid, but you have to get to the point of selling a lot of tickets in order to make any money back, because generally you'll have to pay for at least 50 tickets to play at a venue, and it means that you've paid 50 times 5, so 250 quid. You've all had to get together and put that into the tin, and then you've got to make the 250 pounds back, and then you've broken even. So even if you sell all the tickets, you haven't made any money, and that's just the way that it works, unfortunately, for original music. That's why my first band and then second band couldn't go on any longer, and it's why I took everything online. And as I did everything myself as Wings of Pegasus, it just made sense for me to do it all online and just get the music available, downloading it and getting it on these live streams, because it's physically impossible to get out there and play and make any money from it. So I think personally it's probably the best move that I made, because I know that so many bands struggle still to this day. And this is before COVID even happened. People were already struggling with live, and now COVID's really just put the boot in to live performances, as you're not even allowed to play live now, and all the venues have closed anyway, because we're in tier 4 in London and the surrounding area, so just nothing's open at the moment. So online is the only way of doing it, and that's the way that everyone has started to do it and expand and collaborate with people. And it's great that we can still keep music going even though venues are closed and we can't get out there and play live, and a lot of bands can't, but the next best thing is to put it on the internet. But thank you so much for this donations, or these donations and that donation, because I'm gonna have to scroll up. So thank you, Paul, for that. Carla has donated $1.99. Thank you for that, Carla. The message is, you need to give us a peek over there sometime. So thank you for that, Carla. And I'm not sure what that refers to, so thank you for that, Carla, but I'm not sure you want a peek over there. Maybe the other part, well, the studio, everyone's seen the other part of the studio. It's just another wall is literally in front of me here, and you would have seen it on that last cover video. The guitars hanging up are just over there, so it's not a big room. If you just go opposite the drum kit, that's just a wall with the guitars hanging there and then a clock. So there's not a lot going on in here. If you watch the cover videos, you would have seen the whole room anyway. But thank you for that, Carla. And by the way, if you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, we're trying to reach 350 is the target for tonight. I almost forgot, but it should be on the screen, and we are at 249 likes so far. So let's see if we can get a spike of those likes at 1:45 here in the UK. Let's move on, and Laurie has donated $5. Thank you for that, Laurie. And the message is, just a friendly suggestion. How about thoroughly shuffling your top wardrobe for the New Year's Eve live stream with a smiley face, peace and a heart and some rock horns. So thank you for that, Laurie. Let me think of what I can wear for the New Year's Eve. I don't think I've got anything interesting. It's just all kind of rock and roll stuff. Maybe I can get dressed up out of this hoodie and maybe put on something a little bit more rock and roll, but it's going to have to be warm. This is the problem, that my more rock and roll clothes aren't very warm, and it's not very warm here in the UK at the moment. It's around freezing, so wearing a hoodie means that I can stay warm while I'm doing these live streams, but we will see if I can do it without just freezing and just have my teeth chattering on the New Year's Eve live stream. Then I will do it. But thank you for that, Laurie. And Stan has donated $5. Thank you for that, Stan. The message is, will Junior Brown let you analyze his work? He is a magician on a lot of stringed instruments. And the answer to that is yes, because Junior Brown is on the channel here somewhere. If you just type in his name and British Guitarist analyzes, then you will find a Junior Brown video, at least one. I'm not sure if I've done more than one on Junior Brown, but you can find that on there somewhere, Stan. But thank you for that donation. And Carla has donated $1.99. Thank you for this, Carla. The message is, when does the carpet arrive? And this is because I mentioned before that I've ordered a carpet for this room, and when I say I've ordered a carpet, I'm gonna have to move everything from here out while they come in and fit the carpet and then move it all back in again. So I'll let you guys know when that's going to happen. It's going to be happening in February sometime. I think it's February the 12th, if my memory serves me correctly. But there's a bit of a backlog of orders, and because of COVID, they haven't been able to go out and fit lots of carpets and all that kind of stuff. So we still got at least a month and a half more of not having a carpet in here, but I'm looking forward to it because that will help with the warmth as well. Thank you, Vince, as well, who has donated $10. And the message is, we're having a discussion in the live chat about what people's generic term for soft drink is, pop, soda, Coke, and so on. What word do people say in the UK for soft drinks in general? And we say soft drinks. I think pretty much on the whole, or at least that's what I call it, that's what my family call it, and that's what we've been calling it our whole lives. Some people say fizzy pop, but I don't use that. It's slightly... I think soda is something that maybe is a more Americanized term or an Americanization. I think we have something called a soda stream, which makes things fizzy. So that's got to have come from the USA, I'm sure. But that's not what we use here. Generally, it's just called a soft drink. And Linda Z has donated $10. Thank you so much for that, Linda. The message is, oh yes, a 12-string acoustic is a must for you, Phil. I know everyone would love to hear you play one. Consider this a first installment toward getting one for your collection. So thank you for that, Linda, and I'm sure it'll happen at some point in the future. And Paul has donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, Laurie Pond, right on, step up the threads for the new year. So thank you for that, Paul. I'll see what I can muster up in my wardrobe of rock and roll goodies, which actually doesn't have a lot of rock and roll goodies in there. Maybe, well, I could find some ripped jeans. I know I used to go out in those quite a lot. And maybe my gig shirts that I can find, and they should be in there somewhere. But because the weather's cold in the winter, they generally don't come out so much unless I'm wearing lots of shirts underneath and t-shirts and vests and all that kind of stuff. But thank you for that, Paul. And Lucy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is, today would have been Cozy Powell's 73rd birthday, December 29th, 1947 to April 5th, 1998. Drummer extraordinaire. May he rest in peace. So thank you for that, Lucy, that message. And the message just drawing attention to that. And just along that line, I am going to be doing a video tomorrow night. There's going to be a live analysis, and that is going to be a Tony Rice analysis that I did mention on the last live stream. I think it was something that I didn't mention about the live analysis, but it was something that was mentioned because sadly Tony passed away on the 25th of December, Christmas Day. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night, just as a heads up, and following on from Lucy with that message. But we are going to be jumping into the next video of the night. Actually, we've just had the cover video. I say just, it's now 10 to 1 in the morning. So it was quite a while ago, but we are going to be jumping into the pictures and we're then going to do the live roulette wheel. We'll do the whole pick roulette thing, and then we'll play the video, because then it gives you guys a chance to type I agree if we do hit the target for the pick roulette next week. And in order to do that, it means that we are aiming for 355. That's to have the pick roulette next week. So everyone jump on those thumbs up. See if we can get up around 300 maybe within the next 10 minutes or so. Keep on hitting that thumbs up and we will see where we get to, because we're just about to jump into the pictures section of the live stream. So hopefully this is going to work, and I have to go to a different section in order to get these pictures. Again, thank you guys for uploading these to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And let me get the background up on screen, because first of all, we should have Kim, who has uploaded this picture of her CD, and that's the signed CD that I do put out and send off. So thank you for ordering that, Kim. And I think there's a date on there as well. It's a little bit too small to see. It might be the 26th of December 2020. So thank you for making that clear on there as well. So Kim has uploaded that. Thank you for doing that, Kim. And we should be able to get Diane in her mask here. So thank you for uploading this, Diane. And there's the Wings of Pegasus mask, which you can get at teespring.com. And I'm not sure that it's listed underneath the videos for some reason. I don't know why. But head over to teespring.com, type in Wings of Pegasus, and you'll be able to find all the merchandise there. But thank you for that, Diane. And we have Deborah on screen here. And she is showing off not only her CD, and it's signed as well, but she's got the Wings of Pegasus necklace on. You can see the amount of trouble that Deborah's gone to here, because she actually went to the moon for this particular picture. So she's holding her breath. And thank you so much for doing that, Deborah. And a great picture of the Earth behind. And maybe if we wave, you'll be able to see us in the background. But thank you for that, Deborah, and for uploading that picture. And last but not least, we have our final picture, and this is Billy, who is modeling the Wings of Pegasus hoodie. So thank you for uploading this, Billy. And Billy is, of course, a winner of one of the pick roulette picks. So now we've got the almost the full collection. Billy's just getting everything together with that pick, but also the Wings of Pegasus hoodie. So thank you for that, Billy, but thank you everyone for uploading those pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. That's where you need to go to in order to get your pictures uploaded and get them on these live streams. Like I said, if you want to get any pictures uploaded before New Year's Eve, then I can focus on those and feature them on New Year's Eve as well. But thank you everyone for uploading those. Just quickly, I want to look into the super chat window again, because Melissa has donated $5. Thank you for that, Melissa. The message is, it was minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit here in northwestern Wisconsin this morning, Phil. So thank you for that, Melissa. And 25 degrees or minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm not sure it's as much as it can't be as much as minus 25 degrees Celsius. We talk about things in Celsius here in the UK. So when it's really hot, that's about 35 degrees Celsius. And when it's really cold, that's minus 5 or minus 10 degrees Celsius. So thank you, Melissa, for that donation and the message. I can't really work out how cold that is, but it's probably a minus 5 or something. I don't know. I'll have to do the maths and see what the conversion rate is. But thank you for that, Melissa. It's probably maybe a little bit less than that. But anyway, thank you, Kay, as well, who has donated $10, and that's a straight up donation. And Karen has donated $5. Thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi, Phil. Just motored here from work while listening to the live stream on my iPhone. As for your New Year's live stream, comes as you are, Karen, and there's some celebration stuff. So thank you for that, Karen. As for your New Year's live stream, come as you are. So thank you for that, Karen. So we've got a vote for just dressing the same. We've got 2 votes for me not dressing the same. So maybe you can have a vote to see how I'm going to look on the New Year's Eve live stream, whether I just look the same or not. But that's something that you can have a go at in the live chat room if you want to. So we are approaching 300 likes, 6 more people. We're looking in to that live chat room for 6 more in order to get us up to 300. And we are going to be jumping into the pick roulette now. So brace yourselves. And just before we do, I'm going to check the message that I get from Carla to see what we have here. We have 94 entries for tonight's pick roulette. So everybody, good luck, all 94 of you. I hope that it's going to be a lucky day for you. We are going to be jumping into it now, and hopefully this is all going to work, fingers crossed. And I'll see you after this. You can still hear my voice, but you know how it works by now. Let's catch you later. Rock. So here we have the roulette wheel up on screen, and we've got 94, did I say, names on there? So it is a packed wheel tonight. If you don't know how this works, we're going to be shuffling the names 4 times, and I'm going to do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to give it a spin. And just so you know, in order to get your name on the pick roulette wheel, you have to type I agree in the live streams while you can see the live chat room, because if you can't see the live chat room, then Carla can't pick up the names for the next live stream. But let's give this a spin and see whose lucky night it is. I should have said, what was the catchphrase that I came up with? Let's give it a spin and see who will win. It was something like that. So, good luck everybody. Let's see whose names are on there. It's starting to slow down a little bit. You might be able to make them out. We had Jan going through there, and Selena, and Lucy, and Dwayne, and Cheryl. Here we go. We are getting close to it now. And Beverly, and Tessa, and Billy could be winning her second pick. And it's not. It is Fred. Is it going to get as far as G? It might be. And there we have it. G has won the pick. So GW, congratulations. You are the winner of a signed Wings of Pegasus pick tonight. And you guys know how it works. If you are in that live chat room G, please make yourself known to Carla in the live chat room. And this is another thing, guys, that if you do type I agree in the live chat room, then you have to make sure that you do tune in and that you're in the live chat room when the pick roulette wheel is being spun, because then if it lands on you, you can then make contact with Carla and we can get the pick to you. If you enter the pick roulette and you're not actually there, then we can't get the pick to you, and then it will carry on to another spin, and that will happen the next time the pick roulette is featured on the live streams. So you will miss out on your pick if you don't manage to make it to when the pick roulette happens on the live streams. So G, if you can make yourself known, that would be much appreciated. Congratulations to you, and commiserations to everybody else who was on that wheel. But maybe next time will be your lucky night, and we will be doing that in 2 nights' time for the New Year's Eve live stream. Everybody's name whose name was on the live stream tonight on that pick roulette wheel is going to be put on the New Year's Eve wheel. And type I agree if you want to get your name on the New Year's Eve wheel, because that is going to be happening no matter what. And we're going to be giving away 3 different items. So we're going to be doing 3 spins. So this is the live chat room. That's what I'm talking about when you have to type agree, because it'll go through there and you'll see your name and you'll see your I agree, and then you will be on the wheel. So make sure that you do that. And if you keep on typing it, then if we do hit the target for tonight, you'll be on the next week's pick roulette wheel as well. But we do have to get to 355 in order to make it up to that target. So we're looking for a few more thumbs up. We're actually looking for 45 in all. It was just moving over. I thought maybe it's going to be 46, but it is 45 that we're looking for. And if we do hit that target at any point, even if it hits the target and then goes one below that, it still counts. So those thumbs up, just count all the way. If you can do that, it'd be much appreciated. But it also does help this live stream to get out there, but also for the channel to grow as a whole. So thank you everyone who's hit a thumbs up during the live streams previously and tonight, but also on the analysis videos, and all of you who have subscribed, because that makes a huge difference to the channel as well. So thank you everyone for that. And if I remember correctly, we're at 157,000 subscribers, and we are closing in on 158,000, but we take nothing for granted. Even just 157k is an amazing amount of people, so thank you guys so much for that and for watching the analysis videos and these live streams as well. So we are going to be jumping into a video that was requested over on Patreon, and this has been requested quite a lot, and it's going to be one of those videos that you might have to look away from the screen because it's my That's Metal to My Ears video. And this is a video that I did record at quite a cold time of the year, and I haven't got a top on. It's one of those videos that I did to suit the song because it's called That's Metal, and pretty much every metal guitarist and singer back in the 80s didn't have a top on, and that's why I did this video and just went out into London and made a bit of a racket, but everybody got involved and it was very good and it was good natured. Everybody got involved, even the police, who theoretically should have told me to be quiet because I don't think you're allowed to make that much noise, but I did. And also look out for these statues who aren't supposed to be moving, but they did, so they broke protocol for this particular video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I am just going to see who requested it. It was Beverly, also Orlando threw in this, and Susan. We have quite a lot in here, and Lynn, and then Michelle backed up Lynn on that request. So lots of, Lisa as well. So lots of requests for That's Metal tonight, and also Selena at the bottom of the list as well. So here we go, a much requested video. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. I'll see if I can try and keep the live chat room on screen, just in case you want to type I agree and have it show up in there. So I'll keep this on screen and I'll catch you guys after this. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called That's Metal to My Ears in brackets, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And yeah, it was a little bit cold on that particular day, but also we had Darth Vader getting involved at the end, and the people that were in the Union Jacks getting into it as well. And I think I saw going through the live chat room, it was Linda Z saying that you're trying to judge my height from that video, and that video is actually difficult because the woman who was in the Union Jack was on these platform shoes, so she's really tall, so I look really short compared to her, but I'm 180 centimeters and probably a little bit more if I've got some cowboy boots on with a nice heel, but pretty much I think in the UK that's about average height, maybe a little bit short of average, so I think I'm pretty much there or thereabouts as an average height. I think unfortunately there's lots of people who are very tall, and when I do play guitar I lean back, so if I should just stand up straight and do that with my hand. But yeah, so it's 180. I worked it out in the uniform measurement because here in the UK we usually use feet and inches, and then some other people use centimeters or meters. So yeah, it's 180 centimeters, which is I think around 5'11", something like that in feet and inches. I'm not sure whether it goes down to, I don't know how many centimeters. This is something that I haven't worked out. I haven't worked out how many centimeters to a foot or an inch. But anyway, so that was that. I just saw that going through from Linda Z. So that's something that you guys can work out, whatever 180 is in your... Well, 180 is 180 in centimeters. But the other thing is that we had the statues in there who are breaking protocol. And one guy had the umbrella. I think somebody said, what statues? But I'm not sure whether that was a message about maybe being a little bit sarcastic because they weren't statues at all. They were moving. But thank you for requesting that one over on Patreon. And it was multiply requested. If that's even a word, multiply, or it was requested multiple times. Anyway, let's get the super chat window up on screen because we have had a donation in there, and it's from Paul, and it's for $5. Thank you for that, Paul. The message is, that would be minus 29C, and that is noticeably cold anywhere. So that is definitely true. So the minus, I can't remember what that original one was, but certainly minus 29 Celsius is definitely cold in anybody's language. And here I think Christmas night was 0 or below freezing because there's frost over the car, which is a nightmare. So yeah, it was cold here, but not quite minus 29. That is a little bit crazy cold. But anyway, thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up, because I can see we're now at 337 on the likeometer, and we're aiming for 350, so we've got 13 more likes to go, if that is correct. And I'm just having a little look into the live chat because I can see somebody said that it's 5 feet 9 inches 180. I don't think that's correct. I think it's 5'11 is 180. And if it's, I'm seeing lots of measurements. Maybe somebody was saying that they're 5'9" because now it's 5'3" and 5'3" and 5'10 point. Oh, Google says 5'10.87. So that's 180 centimeters. I don't know. We're now getting. I think that's probably what. Oh no, Paula has said there's too many things going through. There's now a 5'2", and then a 5'2.5", and a 6 foot. So yeah, I was under the impression it was 5'11", and if Paula has just googled it, it's 5'10.8", which makes sense. That's what I thought it was. Well, that's how tall I think I am. Maybe I'm a 5'2" or something, and I don't realise it. But then again, my sister, she is tall for a girl because she's 5'9" and 3/4" and pretty much 5'10", and I'm a little bit taller than her. So that would work out at probably about 5'10.8 or 5'11 if you want to round it up, or just round it up to 6 foot. This is the other thing that for some reason people, when they say about 5'11 and 6 foot, they see it as a totally different height, whereas it's that much taller is 6 foot than 5'11. So when people say, oh, I'm 6 foot, I don't know why people think 6 foot is really tall, but it's just a tiny bit more than 5'11. So with heels on, who knows? I could be 6 foot. I have to get hold of some cowboy boots that have got a really impressive heel. And then, it'll just round up to 6 foot, and it'll make it a lot easier to explain the height. And then we won't have to go to Google and all that kind of stuff. I just have to be wearing cowboy boots the whole time. But anyway, thank you so much for all of this chat about heights, and hopefully we've managed to nail it down. And also temperatures. We're getting so many stats in tonight. But thank you as well, Ray, who has donated $100. Thank you so much for that, Ray. A very kind donation. Again, the message is, we had a question in the chat about what event triggers an emergency practice. Just curious, with a smiley face. Also, how about wearing the Stetson on New Year's Eve? So thank you for that, Ray. And I don't know where that hat is anymore. And I wouldn't have the first clue where that would be, and I haven't seen it probably since then. It might be something that my sister then took away with her, and maybe she had it at a house somewhere, but maybe wore it for a fancy dress thing, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know where that hat is, unfortunately. So the other question was about an emergency practice. When I say emergency practice, I think just a practice that I haven't planned for, or I just pick up the guitar and start playing or practicing whilst watching TV. It tends to be very much practicing techniques that are faster techniques and just runs, and things that are subconscious, where you don't have to think about what you're doing. You just watch TV and you just do the same motions over and over and over again with alternate picking. Something that I've mentioned about fast playing in general. Once you've worked out a particular run, to speed it up, you don't have to think about doing it. So you can watch TV and just get your hands to do it and get that muscle memory, build it up. And then when you go to play it live, you don't have to think about it. It's all subconscious, because very fast playing, you can't think about every note because it's too much information at once, and it's all stored in your subconscious. So you just load it up, and that's where all of that practice in front of the TV comes in handy, because your hands just do it, and it's just a subconscious muscle memory exercise. But anyway, thank you, Ray, for that donation. And Carla has donated $1.99, and the message is, we are talking about us. I said I'm 6'2". So thank you for that, Carla. And that is definitely tall for a woman. I said that my sister was tall for a woman at about 5'10". When my sister then wears heels, that would then put her about 6 foot, or just over 6 foot. So I think pretty much everywhere, women that are over 6 foot are considered quite tall, and pretty much for guys, anybody over 6'4" is then considered tall. But I am lucky in that I'm at a height where I personally like it, that I don't stick out, because a lot of people who are above 6'4", for example, or even at 6'4", they always get jokes about them being tall, or say, oh, how's the weather up there? Or if they're tall and they don't have any hair, people say about it's because the blood can't get as high as their head. So I think the same thing happens when you're short as a guy. So there's definitely an argument for being in between, not being short and not being tall, but being around about 6 foot, I think is probably ideal, because it means you can get away with it, you can fly under the radar, and you don't draw attention to yourself for a particular height, because unfortunately society is so judgmental that people will always point at something, and with me it's not my height, but it's my hair that they will pick on, which I don't mind. It's my choice, and it's what I want to look like. But I guess if you want to be a bit taller, you can't really help that, apart from wearing cowboy boots maybe, but you can't help your physical height. It's just determined by growth hormone when you are younger. And it's something that people that are very proud of being tall, it's just something that is the luck of the draw, like hair, I guess. If you've got hair into your later years as a guy, it's something that some guys don't have. It's just the luck of the draw when you're born and a genetics thing. But anyway, thank you, Carla, for that donation and also the message. And Linda Z has donated $5. Thank you for that, Linda Z. The message is, oh dear, the height comment was not me. I said minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit from a previous comment is minus 31.66 degrees Celsius for you. Okay, thank you for that. And it seems like the degrees start getting a little bit closer between Fahrenheit and Celsius when they get into minus. I know that they're a little bit further apart when we get into the degrees above freezing, which is 0, of course, but 0 Celsius. But thank you for that, Linda Z. And I don't know where that height comment was as it went through. Maybe it was just going through too quickly. So whoever that was, I saw something about the heights or trying to work them out, and then we had lots of heights going through. But thank you for all of the height comments. And also, we have just got to 361 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. It means that we have made it. Make sure that you have typed I agree in the live chat room, because we're going to be calling it to a close pretty much now, because it's 1:20 here in the morning. It always just flies by, and that's because we're talking about temperatures and heights, and everything just really took off. We must have had a sudden spike of the likes in there for that to suddenly jump up. But also it means that we've hit the pick roulette lights target for 355 tonight. And I didn't think we'd do it because it's Tuesday. Nobody knows what day it is, so they don't know when to tune in. But thank you for all of you loyal viewers for not only tuning in, but hitting the thumbs up as well. If you are watching on catch up, you can still hit that thumbs up. It all helps this live stream to get out there a little bit more. And by the way, this really is your final call to type I agree and to put that thumbs up in order to have your name on the live stream on the pick roulette wheel on New Year's Eve, which is going to be in 2 nights time, because I'm going to be doing a whole live stream there, and I'm going to be doing another live stream on Saturday as well, which I think we have another pick roulette lined up for that. And because we've hit it tonight, it means we'll have another pick roulette lined up for Tuesday as well. But on New Year's Eve, we are going to be giving away 3 items doing 3 spins. So it's going to be a special one. So just make sure you type I agree. Another thing I wanted to mention is that while I was watching the That's Metal to My Ears music video, I remembered that when I was looking at the Phil Henley Google, they sometimes say that you can adjust the settings or the information that is part of your Google profile. When you type in Phil Henley or Wings of Pegasus on Google, it comes up with Wings of Pegasus musician /artist. And what also came up were pictures that somebody had taken on that video shoot that I did in London, and they were selling them. So it was like pictures of Phil Henley at different resolutions, and I didn't even know that that existed. So some people are trying to make money. They must be making no money whatsoever from pictures that they took while they were there on that day. And it's obviously not the pictures that I've got, because I had a photographer who was taking pictures of me, but this must have been a press person or somebody else. And there have been other pictures that have been circulating online, like when I went to this award show thing, there were some pictures. Obviously there's a lot of press at that thing, but this is the first time that I've seen somebody, a third party, taking pictures, and they are on the royalty sites, so that if you want to pay whatever for that particular picture, you can then use it yourself. But that's outside of my control. I didn't realize that people could use my picture without asking me to do it first. Apparently, if you go to a royalty site, you can then buy pictures of me and sell them if you want to. But anyway, that is something that I just remembered about the That's Metal to My Ears video while watching it. But anyway, I'm also trying to just elongate the end of the live stream to give you guys a little bit of a chance to type I agree, but we are going to be calling it to a close now. So we've had another donation from Patty, and this is $1.99. Thank you for that, Patty. We are going to be calling it to a close now. So everybody, make sure that you've got your I agree in now, because it's going to be ending, and there's going to be no more donations either, because I won't be able to see them because I'm just about to end the live stream. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to be doing another stream tomorrow night, but that's going to be an analysis video stream on Tony Rice. If you want to tune in for that, it's going to be a standard analysis video, but we are going to be doing it live. That's what happens on Wednesdays now. Same time, 12 midnight here in the UK. So check your time zones for that. It's Greenwich Mean Time, 12 midnight, in order to tune in for that analysis live. And then we're going to be doing another live stream on New Year's Eve. That'll be 11:30 Greenwich Mean Time, so that we can see in the new year. Friday, I'll probably have a night of nothing just to catch my breath before then getting back into another live stream on Saturday. And as I said on Patreon, you'll probably be sick of the sight of me by then. I think you guys need a night off, but we'll get back into it on Saturday as well. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I might see you tomorrow night, but I'll hopefully see you at the New Year's Eve live stream as well. And I will catch you guys then. Rock!